Welcome back to the channel Rare Coins History, coin lovers, history hunters, and treasure seekers from around the world. Today we are diving into one of the most iconic and misunderstood large dollar coins ever produced by the United States of America, the powerful, bold, and historic Eisenhower Dollar from 1972 with the Philadelphia Mint mark. A coin that still hides surprising value and exciting collector potential right in plain sight. This massive dollar coin was created to honor Dwight D. Eisenhower, a legendary World War II general and the 34th President of the United States, and when you hold this coin in your hand, you are holding a tribute to leadership, strength, and an era that shaped modern America in ways few people truly appreciate today. The 1972 Eisenhower Dollar marked an important moment in U.S. coinage history because it was one of the first dollar coins made for everyday circulation after the peace dollar era, yet it was also a symbol of America's confidence during the space age, blending military legacy with space exploration pride. Turn the coin over and you'll see one of the most fascinating reverse designs ever placed on a circulating coin, an eagle landing on the moon with the Earth floating in the distance, inspired directly by the Apollo 11 mission, making this dollar coin not just money, but a miniature monument to human achievement. Now here's where things get truly interesting for collectors and everyday people alike, because the 1972 Philadelphia Mint Eisenhower Dollar is famous for its multiple reverse design varieties, and many people have no idea that these differences exist, let alone that they can dramatically change the coin's desirability and value. Some of these coins were struck with slightly different Earth details on the reverse, meaning the shape of the continents, the clarity of the islands, and the overall relief can vary depending on which reverse hub was used, turning what looks like a common coin into a thrilling discovery for anyone who knows what to look for. The Philadelphia Mint produced millions of these dollars, but not all were created equal, because strike quality, die wear, and subtle design distinctions make certain examples stand out far above the rest, especially when the coin shows sharp lettering, bold details, and clean surfaces. Collectors pay close attention to coins that avoided heavy circulation, because Eisenhower dollars were large and awkward to carry, causing many people to save them instead of spending them, which means pristine examples still exist waiting to be found. High-grade coins with strong luster, minimal marks, and crisp rims are always in demand, and the 1972 Philadelphia issue is no exception, especially when paired with the more desirable reverse design varieties that specialists hunt relentlessly. Another factor that drives excitement around this coin is nostalgia, because for many Americans, the Ike Dollar represents childhood memories, vending machines, casinos, and a time when coins felt powerful and substantial in the hand. The size and weight of the Eisenhower Dollar give it a commanding presence, making it one of the most visually impressive modern U.S. coins, and that alone keeps interest strong among both beginner collectors and seasoned numismatists. Even though it contains no silver in the regular Philadelphia issue, its historical importance, artistic design, and collectible variations ensure that it continues to attract attention year after year. People are often shocked to learn that a coin they've seen dozens of times, or maybe even spent without thinking, can actually carry meaningful value depending on condition and variety, which is why checking your coins carefully is always worth the effort. This is exactly the kind of coin that proves treasure hunting doesn't always require metal detectors or buried chests. Sometimes it's sitting quietly in a drawer, an old collection, or a forgotten coin jar. If you enjoy the thrill of discovery, the 1972 Eisenhower Dollar is a perfect example of how knowledge transforms ordinary change into extraordinary opportunity. Coins like this remind us that history, art, and money collide in fascinating ways, and that even modern coins can tell powerful stories when we take the time to look closer. So next time you come across a large dollar coin with Eisenhower's strong profile staring back at you, don't dismiss it too quickly, because it may be far more special than it appears at first glance. Stay curious, keep searching, and never underestimate the value hidden inside America's classic coins, because the right piece at the right time can surprise you in the best way possible. The estimated value of a high-quality 1972 Philadelphia Eisenhower Dollar can reach up to several $1,000s in top collector condition. Today we are shining the spotlight on one of America's boldest and most iconic large dollar coins, the Eisenhower Dollar from 1974 with no mint mark, a piece that still surprises collectors and casual holders alike. This powerful coin was issued during a time of major change in the United States, a decade filled with cultural shifts, economic challenges, and historic moments. And the Eisenhower dollar stood as a symbol of strength and stability in a rapidly changing nation. Featuring the strong profile of Dwight D. Eisenhower on the front, this coin honors a man who led the Allied forces to victory in World War II and later served as the 34th President of the United States, making this dollar more than money. It is a tribute to leadership and legacy. Flip the coin over and you'll find a stunning design that captures the spirit of the space age, with an eagle descending onto the surface of the moon while the Earth floats in the background, a direct nod to America's Apollo missions and humanity's giant leap into space. What makes the 1974 Eisenhower dollar especially interesting is the absence of a mint mark, which tells us it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, the heart of U.S. coin production and the birthplace of countless historic American coins. Although millions of these coins were produced, very few survived in truly exceptional condition, because the large size of the Ike dollar made it inconvenient for everyday use, leading to heavy handling, bag marks, and circulation wear. Collectors know that condition is everything, and for this coin, sharp details on Eisenhower's hair, clean fields, strong lettering, and brilliant original luster can dramatically elevate its desirability in the numismatic market. Many people overlook this coin because it contains no silver, but seasoned collectors understand that rarity, eye appeal, and historical significance often matter far more than precious metal content. High grade examples of the 1974 no-mint mark Eisenhower dollar are fiercely sought after, especially those that avoided the rough storage methods used for large dollar coins during the 1970s. The bold diameter and solid weight of this coin give it an unmistakable presence, making it one of the most visually impressive modern U.S. coins ever produced for circulation. For some collectors, this coin represents nostalgia, memories of casino tokens, bank giveaways, and childhood discoveries, while for others it's a serious investment piece hiding in plain sight. This is the kind of coin that rewards patience and careful inspection, because one well-preserved example can stand far above thousands of worn and damaged counterparts. Many Eisenhower dollars were spent, scratched, and forgotten, but the few that remain in outstanding condition now command strong attention and respect within the collector community. Searching through old collections, inherited coin jars, or forgotten bankrolls can still yield exciting finds, and the 1974 Philadelphia Eisenhower dollar remains a thrilling candidate for discovery. Coins like this remind us that modern history is just as collectible as ancient history, and that value is often created by survival, not just age. If you enjoy the excitement of uncovering hidden gems, this Ike dollar proves that knowledge is the most powerful tool any collector can have. Always remember, the story behind a coin, its condition, and its demand all come together to determine its true worth, and this Eisenhower dollar is a perfect example of that balance. So the next time you see a large dollar coin with Eisenhower's unmistakable portrait, don't dismiss it as ordinary change, because it might be something truly special. Stay curious, stay informed, and keep searching, because America's coinage history still has many secrets waiting to be uncovered. The estimated value of a top-condition 1974 Eisenhower dollar with no mint mark can reach up to several $1,000s in the collector market. Today we are uncovering a true heavyweight of American coinage, a bold dollar coin that marked a brand new beginning for the United States, the Eisenhower dollar from 1971 with the Denver Mint mark, a coin packed with history, power, and surprising collector potential. This coin holds a special place in U.S. history because 1971 was the very first year the Eisenhower dollar was ever issued, making every example from this year instantly more interesting to collectors who value first-year releases. The obverse proudly features Dwight D. Eisenhower, a legendary military leader who guided the Allies to victory in World War II and later became the 34th President of the United States, giving this coin a sense of authority and national pride that few modern coins can match. Flip the coin over and you're greeted by a dramatic and symbolic design showing an eagle landing on the moon with the Earth hovering above, a breathtaking tribute to the Apollo 11 mission and America's dominance in space exploration during the space race. The Denver Mint mark on this coin tells an important story, because the Denver Mint was known for producing coins with strong strikes and bold details, which makes well-preserved examples especially attractive to collectors today. Millions of these coins were struck, but that does not mean they are all common in collectible condition. Because large dollar coins were stacked in bags, handled roughly, and often spent without much care, bag marks, surface scratches, and dull finishes are extremely common on circulated examples, which is exactly why coins that escaped heavy handling now stand out dramatically in the marketplace. Collectors closely examine Eisenhower's hair details, the sharpness of the lettering, the clarity of the eagle's feathers, and the overall eye appeal when determining how desirable a 1971 Ike Dollar truly is. Another fascinating detail is that many people saved these coins as souvenirs, thinking they might someday become valuable, while others spent them freely, creating a wide gap in condition rarity today. The size alone makes this coin unforgettable, as it feels solid and powerful in the hand, reminding collectors of a time when American coins were designed to make a statement, even without precious metal content. This coin continues to gain respect because collector demand is driven by history, condition, and nostalgia rather than just silver value. For many collectors, the 1971 Eisenhower Dollar represents the beginning of a modern era of U.S. dollar coins, bridging the gap between classic designs and contemporary minting. This is exactly the type of coin that rewards patience and careful inspection, because one exceptional example can be worth dramatically more than dozens of worn ones. Searching through old collections, inherited estates, or forgotten bank boxes can still reveal stunning discoveries, especially when people underestimate modern large dollar coins. Coins like this prove that age alone does not define value, survival does, and the better the condition, the stronger the demand. If you enjoy finding hidden treasures hiding in plain sight, the Eisenhower Dollar is one of the most exciting coins to search for, especially early-year issues like this one. Every collector journey is fueled by knowledge, and knowing what to look for can turn an ordinary-looking coin into an extraordinary find. So, next time you come across a large dollar coin with Eisenhower's unmistakable portrait and a small D mint mark, take a closer look, because you might be holding a sleeper coin with serious potential. Stay curious, keep learning, and never stop checking your change, because American coin history is filled with surprises waiting to be discovered. The estimated value of a top-condition 1971 Eisenhower Dollar with a D mint mark can reach up to several $1,000s in the collector market. Today we're uncovering a legendary American coin that many people have seen, some have spent, and very few truly understand, the iconic Kennedy $half from 1973 with no mint mark, a coin filled with emotion, mystery, and surprising collector appeal. The Kennedy $half is one of the most emotionally powerful coins ever produced by the United States, created to honor President John F. Kennedy after his tragic assassination, and every issue of this coin carries a deep sense of national memory and respect. By the time 1973 arrived, the Kennedy $half had already become a symbol of remembrance, but it was also quietly transforming into a collector favorite as fewer people used $half in everyday transactions. The no mint mark on this coin tells an important story, because it means the coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, the historic backbone of American coin production and the origin of countless legendary U.S. coins. The obverse features Kennedy's instantly recognizable profile, a design that feels both strong and graceful, capturing the optimism and vision that defined his presidency and still resonates with collectors today. Turn the coin over and you'll find the majestic presidential seal, an eagle with outstretched wings, clutching arrows, and an olive branch, symbolizing strength and peace in perfect balance. What makes the 1973 Kennedy $half especially fascinating is that it contains no silver, yet it continues to draw strong interest from collectors who understand that rarity and condition often outweigh metal content. By this time, many Americans were already setting $half aside rather than spending them, which led to heavy storage marks on most examples, making clean and sharply struck coins much harder to find today. Collectors carefully examine the hair details above Kennedy's ear, the sharpness of the lettering, the clarity of the eagle's feathers, and the overall surface quality when judging this coin's true desirability. Coins that escaped circulation and avoided contact marks now stand far above the rest, commanding serious attention from those who specialize in modern U.S. coinage. The Kennedy $half also holds a unique place in American culture, often associated with bankrolls, special occasions, and the thrill of opening a fresh wrapper in hopes of finding something special. For many people, this coin represents the moment when circulating coinage began to shift from everyday use into collectible history. The 1973 no-mint mark issue is especially intriguing because it sits at a crossroads, old enough to feel historic, yet modern enough to still be discovered by sharp-eyed collectors. This is exactly the kind of coin that rewards patience, knowledge, and careful inspection, because one exceptional example can stand out dramatically from thousands of ordinary ones. Many of these coins were stored loosely in bags and drawers, resulting in scuffs and dull finishes, which is why pristine examples are far more elusive than most people realize. Coins like this prove that you don't need gold or silver to have value, you need survival, demand, and historical importance. Searching through old collections, inherited coins, or even forgotten bank holdings can still uncover exciting finds. And the Kennedy half-dollar remains one of the most rewarding coins to search for. Every collector journey starts with curiosity, and this coin perfectly demonstrates how everyday money can transform into something truly special. So the next time you see Kennedy's familiar face staring back at you from a half-dollar, pause for a moment, because you might be holding a quiet piece of American history with hidden potential. Stay curious, keep learning, and always check your coins closely, because some of the best treasures are hiding in plain sight. The estimated value of a top-condition 1973 Kennedy half-dollar with no mint mark can reach up to several $1,000s in the collector market. Today we're uncovering a surprisingly exciting coin from the new millennium. The Kennedy half-dollar struck in the year 2000 with the Philadelphia mint mark, a coin many people overlook but collectors quietly keep their eyes on. The Kennedy half-dollar has always carried deep emotional and historical meaning, honoring President John F. Kennedy and preserving his legacy through one of the most recognized portraits in American coinage history. When the year 2000 arrived, it marked a major milestone for the United States and the world, and coins minted during this time became instant time capsules of a new era filled with technological change and modern history. The absence of a mint mark except for the small p tells us this half-dollar was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, the oldest and most historic mint in the country, continuing a tradition that stretches back more than 2 centuries. Kennedy's portrait on the front remains bold and dignified, with sharp lines and a confident presence that still feels powerful decades after the design was first introduced. Flip the coin over and you're met with the iconic presidential seal, an eagle with spread wings clutching arrows and an olive branch, symbolizing national strength and peace in perfect balance. By the year 2000, half-dollars were rarely used in everyday commerce, which caused many of these coins to be stored in bags, rolls, and vaults rather than circulated. This storage method created a unique situation where many coins survived with minimal wear but often suffered from contact marks, making truly clean and eye-appealing examples far more desirable than most people realize. Collectors pay close attention to surface quality, luster, strike sharpness, and overall presentation when evaluating a 2000p Kennedy half-dollar. Coins with smooth fields, strong detail in Kennedy's hair, crisp lettering, and vibrant original shine are the ones that stand out in a sea of ordinary examples. Although this coin contains no silver, its appeal comes from condition rarity, collector demand, and its place in modern U.S. coinage history. Many people assume modern coins can never be valuable, but experienced collectors know that low usage, careful preservation, and high-grade survival can create surprising opportunities. The year 2000 issue is especially interesting because it sits at the crossroads between classic circulation coins and modern collector-focused minting. For roll hunters and set builders, the Philadelphia Mint Kennedy half-dollar from this year is an essential piece, and competition increases sharply for top-condition examples. This is exactly the kind of coin that hides quietly in collections, often ignored, until someone with knowledge takes a closer look. Searching through old rolls, bank boxes, or long-held collections can still uncover stunning examples that have never seen real circulation. Coins like this remind us that value doesn't always come from age or metal content, but from demand, preservation, and timing. The Kennedy half-dollar continues to attract collectors because it represents leadership, memory, and continuity in American history. Each year that passes makes pristine examples harder to find, quietly increasing interest among serious numismatists. This coin proves that even modern-era U.S. coins deserve careful attention, especially when condition separates common from exceptional. So the next time you come across a Kennedy Half dollar dated 2000 with AP mint mark. Don't brush it aside, because it could be far more special than it looks. Stay curious, keep learning, and always examine your coins closely, because hidden value often appears where few people are looking. The estimated value of a top condition 2000 Kennedy half dollar with AP mint mark can reach up to several $1,000s in the collector market. Today we're uncovering a fascinating piece of modern American coinage that most people overlook, the Kennedy half dollar from 1986 with the Denver mint mark, a coin that quietly holds collector interest and surprising potential. The Kennedy half dollar is one of the most recognizable and emotionally significant coins in U.S. history, honoring President John F. Kennedy and preserving his legacy through a portrait that has stood the test of time. By the mid-1980s, half dollars were rarely seen in daily transactions, which transformed coins like this one from pocket change into items people saved, rolled, and stored away. The D mint mark tells us this coin was struck at the Denver Mint, a facility known for producing strong, bold strikes during an era when coinage demand was still high but circulation habits were changing. Kennedy's profile on the front remains powerful and dignified, with clean lines and a timeless design that continues to attract collectors. Decades after its introduction, the reverse displays the classic presidential seal, featuring a proud eagle with outstretched wings, clutching arrows and an olive branch, symbolizing both strength and peace. Although the 1986 D Kennedy half dollar contains no silver, collectors understand that condition, demand, and survival often matter far more than precious metal content. Most examples from this year were stored in bags or rolls, leading to contact marks, dull surfaces, and friction that significantly reduced the number of truly attractive coins available today. Collectors carefully examine the hair details on Kennedy's portrait, the sharpness of the lettering, the clarity of the eagle's feathers, and the overall luster when determining a coin's desirability. Coins that avoided heavy handling and retained strong original shine stand out dramatically and command far more attention in the collector market. The 1986 issue also reflects a transitional period in U.S. coin usage, when half dollars were no longer essential for commerce but had not yet fully become collector-only pieces. This creates a unique situation where mintage numbers appear high, yet high-quality survivors are far scarcer than many people expect. For roll hunters and modern coin collectors, this Denver Mint Kennedy half dollar remains a rewarding target, especially when searching for top-grade examples. Many of these coins still sit quietly in old collections, bank storage, or inherited holdings, waiting to be rediscovered by someone who knows what to look for. Coins like this remind us that modern U.S. coinage can still offer excitement, history, and real collector demand when condition separates ordinary from exceptional. The Kennedy half dollar series continues to attract new collectors because it combines national history, iconic design, and long-term consistency. Each passing year makes pristine 1986 D examples harder to find, gradually increasing their appeal in the numismatic world. This coin proves that even coins from recent decades can hold meaningful value when preservation and demand align. So the next time you come across a Kennedy half dollar dated 1986 with a small D mint mark, take a closer look, because it might be far more interesting than it first appears. Stay curious, keep learning, and never underestimate the potential of modern American coins, because hidden value often appears where others aren't paying attention. The estimated value of a top-condition 1986 Kennedy half dollar with a D mint mark can reach up to several $1,000s in the collector market.